Hello, and welcome to Great Sleep. Get ready to listen and relax. Today I'm going to tell you a cozy story about the Christmas holidays in the city bakery, bringing goodness and joy to the people of the city. Emma Thompson, a talented pastry chef, stood outside her cozy bakery, Sugar Spice, taking in the sight of the beautifully decorated storefront. Twinkling lights adorned the windows, casting a warm glow onto the snow-covered street. Festive ornaments dangled from the eaves, adding a touch of magic to the holiday season. Inside the bakery, the air was filled with the delightful aroma of freshly baked pastries. Emma had spent hours perfecting her recipes, ensuring that each treat was a delectable masterpiece. The scent of cinnamon and vanilla wafted through the air, enticing passers-by to step inside and experience the magic that awaited them. As the first customer of the day walked through the door, Emma greeted them with a warm smile, ready to share her passion for baking with the world. "Good morning. Welcome to Sugar Spice. How can I help you today?" she asked, her eyes sparkling with excitement. The customer, a young woman bundled up in a warm coat and scarf, looked around in awe at the display of pastries. "Everything looks so delicious." "I'll take a box of assorted pastries, please," she replied, her mouth watering at the sight of the treats. Emma carefully selected an assortment of pastries, each one a work of art. "Here you go," she said, handing over the box. "I hope you enjoy them. Have a wonderful day." The customer thanked Emma and left with a smile on her face, eager to savor each bite of the delectable pastries. Emma watched as she walked away, feeling a sense of fulfillment knowing that she had brought joy to someone's day through her creations. Emma's love for baking had blossomed at a young age. She would spend hours in her grandmother's kitchen, watching in awe as she whipped up delicious treats. Her grandmother had passed down her recipes and techniques, instilling in Emma a deep appreciation for the art of baking. Every Sunday, Emma and her grandmother would spend the afternoon baking together. They would mix ingredients, roll out dough, and create mouth-watering desserts that would fill the house with a sweet aroma. Emma cherished these moments, not only for the delicious treats they created, but also for the memories they made. As customers entered Sugar Spice, Emma's eyes lit up with excitement. She took pride in every creation that left her kitchen, pouring her heart and soul into each pastry. The joy on her customers' faces as they bit into her treats was all the validation she needed to know that she was on the right path. One day, as Emma was busy kneading dough for a batch of croissants, she couldn't help but reminisce about her grandmother. The familiar scent of butter and flour filled the air, transporting her back to those cherished Sundays in the kitchen. A customer named Mr. Anderson approached the counter, his eyes gleaming with anticipation. "I heard you make the best croissants in town," he said with a smile. "I'll take a dozen, please." Emma grinned and nodded. "Coming right up," she replied, rolling out the dough with practiced ease. As she carefully shaped each croissant, she couldn't help but feel a sense of connection to her grandmother. She knew that her passion for baking was a gift passed down through generations, and she was determined to honor that legacy. Emma's dedication to her craft went beyond creating mouth-watering pastries. She genuinely cared about her customers and went above and beyond to make them feel special. She took the time to listen to their stories and personalize their orders, ensuring that each treat was tailored to their preferences. One day, a customer named Mrs. Johnson approached Emma with tears in her eyes. She explained that her husband had recently passed away, and she was struggling to find joy during the holiday season. Emma's heart went out to Mrs. Johnson, and she knew she had to do something to lift her spirits. "Mrs. Johnson, I'm so sorry for your loss," Emma said softly, reaching out to hold her hand. "I can't imagine how difficult this must be for you. Please know that I'm here for you." Mrs. Johnson looked at Emma with gratitude in her eyes. "Thank you, dear. It's been a tough time, but I'm trying to stay strong," she replied, her voice filled with emotion. Emma wanted to do something special for Mrs. Johnson, something that would bring back happy memories and remind her of the joy of the holiday season. She remembered how much Mrs. Johnson had loved gingerbread cookies when she had mentioned it during a previous visit. A few days later, Emma surprised Mrs. Johnson with a box of freshly baked gingerbread cookies, just like her grandmother used to make. As Mrs. Johnson took a bite, a warm smile spread across her face, and she exclaimed, "These taste just like my grandmother's. Thank you for bringing back such beautiful memories." Emma was deeply touched by Mrs. Johnson's words and felt grateful for the opportunity to bring joy to others through her baking. She realized that sometimes, a simple act of kindness could make all the difference in someone's life. Sarah, Emma's best friend since childhood, was always there to support her dreams. She shared Emma's love for food and had been her taste tester since they were young. As Christmas approached, Sarah couldn't contain her excitement about the upcoming Christmas party. "Emma, you have to come to the Christmas party with me," Sarah exclaimed, bouncing up and down in excitement. "It's going to be the highlight of the holiday season. We'll have delicious food, festive music, and a chance to celebrate with all our friends." Emma smiled at her friend's enthusiasm. "Of course, I'll be there," she replied. "I can't wait to spend the evening with good food, laughter, and holiday cheer. It's going to be a wonderful celebration." As the day of the Christmas party arrived, Emma and Sarah found themselves surrounded by friends and loved ones. The room was filled with laughter and the delicious scent of holiday treats. Emma couldn't help but feel grateful for the warmth and joy that filled the air. As the night went on, Emma found herself engaged in conversations with friends old and new. She shared stories about her baking adventures and listened intently as others shared their own experiences. The room was alive with excitement and camaraderie, reminding Emma of the power of community and friendship. Emma's acts of kindness extended beyond the walls of her bakery. She believed that a small act of kindness could brighten someone's day and bring people together during the holiday season. One snowy afternoon, as Emma was closing up the bakery, she noticed an elderly woman struggling to carry her bags outside. Without hesitation, Emma rushed to her aid. "Let me help you with those," she said with a warm smile. Together, they carefully loaded the bags into the woman's car. The woman's eyes filled with gratitude as she thanked Emma for her kindness. "It was my pleasure," Emma replied. "I believe that we should all help one another, especially during this time of year. If there's anything else I can do for you, please don't hesitate to ask." The woman smiled and nodded. "Thank you, dear. Your kindness has truly touched my heart. I'll be sure to visit your bakery again soon." Later that day, a young girl entered the bakery with her parents. She had been eyeing a cupcake in the display case, but looked disappointed when her parents told her they couldn't afford it. Emma couldn't bear to see the girl's disappointment and decided to surprise her with a free cupcake. As Emma handed the cupcake to the girl, her eyes sparkled with joy. Thank you," she exclaimed, her smile stretching from ear to ear. Emma's heart swelled with happiness, knowing that her small act of kindness had made a difference in the girl's day. One frosty morning, as Emma stepped outside her front door, she noticed a beautifully wrapped gift sitting on her doorstep. Intrigued, she picked it up and examined the intricate bow and sparkling wrapping paper. There was no return address, only her name written in elegant handwriting. Curiosity piqued, Emma carefully unwrapped the gift. Inside was a handwritten note expressing gratitude for her kindness and a delicate pendant with a tiny whisk charm dangling from it. Emma was overwhelmed with surprise and gratitude, wondering who could have sent her such a thoughtful gift. She wore the pendant around her neck, feeling a sense of connection to the anonymous sender. She knew that her acts of kindness had touched someone's heart, just as they had touched hers. The pendant served as a reminder of the power of kindness and the impact it could have on others. Inspired by the anonymous gift, Emma became determined to spread joy and kindness to others. She decided to use her baking skills to make a difference in her community. Emma baked a special cake for a struggling family in the neighborhood, delivering it to their doorstep with a note of encouragement. Word of Emma's kind acts began to spread throughout the town. Families who were struggling during the holiday season found comfort and support in Emma's gestures. The local newspaper even featured an article about Emma's selfless acts, inspiring others to follow in her footsteps. Emma didn't stop there. She organized a surprise visit from Santa Claus for the children in town, ensuring that every child had a memorable Christmas. The laughter and excitement that filled the room warmed Emma's heart, reminding her of the true spirit of the holiday season. As Christmas approached, the town was filled with a sense of magic and coziness. The streets were adorned with twinkling lights, and the scent of freshly baked goods wafted through the air. Emma's acts of kindness had not only brought joy to others, but had also made her own Christmas even more special. On Christmas Eve, as Emma stood in her bakery, she reflected on the power of kindness. She realized that it had the ability to transform lives, bringing people together and reminding them of the true meaning of Christmas. Emma felt grateful for the opportunity to make a difference in her community and vowed to continue spreading joy and kindness in the years to come. As the snowflakes continued to fall outside Sugar Spice, Emma knew that the spirit of Christmas would always live on in her bakery. Each year, she would decorate her storefront with twinkling lights and festive ornaments, creating a magical ambience for her customers. And as they entered her bakery, they would be greeted by Emma's warm smile and delectable treats, a reminder of the power of kindness during the holiday season.